Tech with me, Twitch, and we're going to do frets and fretboards. You know, everybody's favorite thing to not want to talk about, but to have get fixed. So what we're going to actually start with is the fret ruler, and the guitar I chose to go with was my Agile 8 string, because when I talk about multi-scale guitars and strings on just a 6 string. So we're going to make this not as complicated, or not as complicated as it doesn't need to be. These kind of things that people like to use for 8 string or for 6 strings, these to me are useless, because you have to go under here, put it like this. Basically with Agiles, if you're going to play an Agile, you just got to know that they're about 20 inches. I can't find it on here. It's all over the place. Yeah, here it is. It would be this. This is how flat the neck is. But what we are going to do is we're going to take... Yep, I had Taco Bell today. What we're going to take is this. Shit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the fret rocker. Sometimes it might seem like there's a fret out of place, but it could just be, you know, what is it? The neck needs adjustment. So what we do is we come up here and you just kind of rock it back and forth. That's what these, let me pull back here. See these two pieces right here? That's for your fingers to hold in. And you tediously rock back and forth on the middle fret. Because if you notice, here's a little thing. The first fret, you're never going to work on. I mean, sometimes you might. I can't say never, because that's kind of horrible to tell somebody that. There might be times you have to, because you might end up having a fret poking out here. You know, you feel me? And so you'll notice it, because they have certain things like the those little pieces that go onto here when you're cleaning the fretboard and stuff like that, or polishing the frets. But I mean, you can't really, because it'll be at an angle, so you can't do it like that. So when you're rocking the fret, I mean, some people go, Take your time. When I tell people when they sign consent forms over to me, this is not a video game. You cannot reset this. Once we go into working on frets, there's no turning back. Can't get a refund. Once the material's gone, you can't super glue it back. I mean, and usually a lot of your problems, what you're going to have before I continue, this is like, you know, to break it down how I was told a few times when I was growing up in the guitar world, this is your songwriting area. Here's your lead playing, blues playing. How many guitar players that you know, they're usually self-taught, they just usually play like up here and maybe right here? You know, as a self-taught player, I, you know, bought books, watched players, asked questions, and then I slowly moved this way up the neck. Now I play everything. It got to the point where I had to add extra strings, because I was actually getting bored. Digressing back. So once you find out that, hey, it's like this, you'll hear it go click, 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 click. It might be subtle. See, I've already went through this guitar before, but, and the funny thing is, most guitars you're going to find a lot of these problems on, like the fret stuff, is going to be your newer guitars, like your 2020s, all the way to your 2026. Rezo! There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Rezo. How you doing, buddy? But going back, yeah, your 2012 or 2020s and up, the reason why they're so bad with the fretwork, you're going to at least be doing a minimum of 5 frets, is because they're so mass produced. Yeah, good to see you too, Rezo. I'm feeling actually better now. I'm not as sick as I was. I was coughing up phlegm and all that. Ugh. It just wasn't, I didn't feel good. Let's put it that way. But yeah, let me try to get another guitar to show you which one I did a lot of work on, because the ones I did a lot of work on, you'd actually be shocked, because I got them fresh out of the box. And that's why I won't use a lot of companies anymore, because I got tired of putting in $300 worth of work on something I spent $400 on. Where is it? All right, this one's going to kind of shock you a little bit, but I'll go over each guitar. So this one I did absolutely nothing. This one was a bit of a shocker for me. Right out of the box. What you're... Oh, yeah, this one was horrible. I've rounded out the fretboard edges and all that. This was just horrid. But now this thing plays gorgeous. The pickups on this were just trash, which sucks because Jackson uses Bellcat pickups on their stock thing. And the H string, my first H string, which I'll bring over next, has Bellcat. And I'll show you what Bellcat does for different guitars. They're almost like it's weird. It's not just like an oxymoron. It's that they're almost like, what is it? They're almost like an active style pickup, but they're passive. Here, let me go grab it. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me put this back. And I'll show you the kind of the work. I didn't have to put it this way. This guitar I'm about to bring up, the Tario H string, I only did one fret on it. I just had to replace the stock nut. So here, this guitar right here, and I'll even take it apart real quick. Just give me a second. And I'm actually going to show you the inside of it too, because I was amazed at what I saw. So yeah, this right here, I hardly had any fret. Yeah, a lot of people like Fishman. I didn't like the ones I played. And you know, with guitar, it's all subjective and all that. Here, let me flip this over. You guys are gonna freak when you see what they did with these pickups. I'm actually gonna start going this way for pickups when I go and buy some for the workshop, start installing on other people's guitars, because the day of soldering is over. We shouldn't have to solder anymore. All right, you guys ready for this? That's how they have this now. Well, you're gonna have to sand it down. You have to file it a little bit. Ooh, there you go. So yeah, look at this. This is how they do the guitars now. That's the Bellcat. Yeah, it's kind, like I said, it's kind of in there, but then they do this. And see, look. Give me a sec. Try to flip. That's Bellcat. Same company that Jackson uses for theirs, but they don't do the same. Why they don't do how they hook them up like that? But the fact that they do it on an H-string guitar, I'm gonna put and they even have these little things right here to put up. Let me see. I'll show you. So your stuff stays flushed. I think is pretty neat. And I'm always into like different ways of doing stuff because, you know, can't always keep. I mean, the old ways are still good. I still use a lot of the old ways. Oh, really? Yeah. The reason I knew they used Bellcat is because I've been, working on my guitars for ages. But then when I took apart the my Red Jackson that I have, the Dinky, and then I took apart both the 7-string Jackson, the Randy Rhodes, and the and the Warrior. They all said Bellcat. I was like, look at that, they're using Bellcats now. But the weird thing was the Randy Rhodes one, the tone sucked. And I figured, you know what? I guess that's just the model because Randy Rhodes really liked Les Pauls. He liked the tone of them. I think Les Pauls are crap. I don't understand why anyone wants to spend that high amount of money on a guitar for the same price. You can go get a custom-made guitar to your specs, and you'd have nothing to complain about. But no, people want to spend that kind of money on a Les Paul. I've played them. I was offered some for trade. I was like, I know. I actually have people now offer me that stuff for my amp. I was like, I'm not going to waste my money and get rid of my amp for that. So I wanted to show you guys this little trick. Let's see if I can get a better angle on this thing. You know how it is with doing this stuff. You have to try to find the best angles. So, after let's say you already set the stuff up for it, right? You already did the angles, not the angles, you already did let's say you already set up the saddles the way you wanted it, but for some reason it's just not feeling right. Here's a trick I made myself because this only does bass, this doesn't even do basses. I made it do basses. You could set it up like this, but instead of going because that one's my Agile's a true baritone, how they have it. This is still a baritone, but it's 26.5. So this one will still work. Let me pull this down a little bit. This will still work going to the second fret like it normally does. So all you do is you really got to come down more and go with the. You really got to use your light on it, and then see. All right, where am I at? I really look for the gaps of light. Like this right here, I'm looking at it. And that's good. That's good. That needs to be turned a little bit. Turn. Let me see if I can show you guys what I'm seeing too, because it would be helpful if you could see it too. All right, let's put it right here. All right, see how if I move it a different way, you see how you can see the light underneath, right? So then, let me move to the next one. Next one. See how it's like, oh, we need a little bit of an adjustment. So, and a long story short, that's how I do it. And then after you do that, the truss rod ends about right there. This can't be adjusted with truss rod. This right here, you really got to make sure these line up with this, and always keep your necks straight. Don't listen to this, oh, I have to have it at 1.5 millimeters up here and 2.5. So you want your guitar, this is where I'm always going to have a gripe at other techs. So you want basically your strings sitting up here. No, this is an electric guitar. You want your strings down as low as possible, unless you like playing severely high action. It doesn't work that way. You want to get the most out of these things. And if you want, if you want more bass, go add it to your electric, your amp and all that. I've never had someone give me a problem with the way I set my guitars. There's 2 millimeters. That's what 2 millimeters looks like. And then here's 0.25. Oh, it's gonna fall. Ooh. Good job, unfortunately, heavy. So what you're gonna have to do is, you know what? So, do you have one of these? It doesn't matter. You can still get the same. So a 6-string, you could still get the same 25 to 50 with your 13s. You just have to get the neck. What you do is, and I'll show you. I'll even walk you through one right now. The reason people do those up tunings like that is because they think, oh, I can't have string buzz. Everyone has string buzz. It's metal strings on metal frets. So you put your capo on like that, right? Is your guitar 22 or 24 frets? All right, so what you do is after you put the capo on there, you measure every string at the 14th fret. And then, so here's what you're going to do. The high E string gets measured to there. And what you do, I'm trying to explain it with, you barely put it up to, this damn phone. You don't want it, sorry, I'm trying my best to get this to focus. You don't want it all the way above that. You want it very flushed with the black line. So to give you an example, I'm trying my best here. All right, I'm gonna have to do it this way. I'm sorry, man. Oh, this is frustrating. It's because I'm trying to show somebody. All right, you see how there's the black's like right flush? That's what you want on all the strings. You want them to be rightly flushed. So, and then you'll probably have to move those up or down. Well, I'll just let you know. You're gonna have, and your neck is supposed to look like this. There's supposed to be absolutely no bow at all. Ugh, son of a bitch. Yeah, I can't keep moving the stuff up. So yeah, that's basically how you do it. There's no other ways to do it. That's how setting up a guitar goes. Well, then you need to tighten it. That thick of strings, now you need to tighten her up because it's supposed to be, how can I get this? See that? That's what it's supposed to look like. Well, tighten it doesn't give relief. Loosening it gives it relief. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. More tension, less tension. Yeah, see, if you're in Arizona, dude, I just help you out. And that's the one thing. You're not going to hurt the guitar. You can't hurt the guitar. You're all good, dude. You know what? Do you have Discord by chance? All right, so yeah, you want to loosen it. You don't, if your strings have that much tension, you want to go whoop. You want it to, you want your strings to do stuff like this. How's this? I have Discord too as well. You have my email on here, right? M Drowsky, MDROWSKY at Gmail. It would be on the channel's my channel's front page, and then you go to about. It'll show. M is in Mary, D is in door, R as in roar, O as in oh, W as in wet, S as in snake, K is in kite, Y as yogurt at Gmail. So it'll be MDROWSKY at Gmail. So do me a favor, go ahead and email me your Discord name and number, and then later on today, because this is I've technically stayed up for 24 hours, so I'm usually a night person. Hey, what's up, Eric? You made it finally. So yeah, definitely, Rezo, go and email me your Discord name and number, and tomorrow I'll walk you through Discord. We'll go live, do a live chat, and I'll walk you through your setup, because you've been such an awesome sub to me and all that. And we'll get your stuff going. Hey, at least you made it, Eric. No, Saturday's fine, dude. It's whenever you're ready, just let me know, because I'm free. I was just showing the America how to do a neck setup with the notched ruler. On the H string. Oh, not a problem, Rezo. I appreciate you being such a loyal sub. So that's my way of paying you back, man. It's a $50 value. Yeah, like I was telling everyone else too, man. Oh, not a problem, dude. You go and run. I appreciate you stopping by, and just remember, I got your Discord thing and all that. So I'll send you an email back with mine. Let's see. Do the last one. Just make sure she's all good to go. Here's the one we were working on last time, guys. My Jackson Warrior. What kind of guitars do you play, Eric? I really need to get that afterburner installed. You have taste then. Oh, dude, that one's nice. That one's nice. That one's a pretty penny. I almost got that one. And I forget which one I got over that. I forget. I think I bought an amp. Oh, that's right. I got all that over it. Oh, dude, yeah, totally. I'm an EVH guy, as you can't tell. I even have them between the flags fans. So here's some of the other stuff, too, I'll show you. My ancient antique Ibanez 7. Oh, okay. That one's still good. This right here, I promote a lot. It's the Grote guitar. It was under $100. Has stainless steel frets, roasted maple neck, coil tap. Thing's ridiculous. Hey, tellies are awesome, man. I have nothing. The only thing about tellies, I can't wear them because of my shoulder and my back. There's the two millionaires I got from Millionaire to promote them and myself. This is the Donner pedal I always put on usually when I'm playing on playing for you guys and all that. They sent me this, and this thing I have never looked back with Donner. I mean, here's one of my pedal boards when the cats aren't playing on them. You know what, dude? That's all that matters. I mean, I used to be a horrid gear whore, dude. And then as I got older, I was just like, you know what? Because people give me shit about having those pedals and they're not like high end pedals. It's like, dude, I don't care. They work. Some of the worst gear I've played has been high end pedals. You know, it's either been the high end pedals were worse. People always told me solid state suck. It's like, no, I've recorded a lot of tracks on solid state and they're just fine. I mean, would you tell Dimebag Daryl that solid state sucks? No. All the albums were solid state. Ooh. So what do you guys got planned on going on tonight? Yeah, the less expensive though, I have to agree with you. I've been the cheaper the gear is, it's usually better. I try to tell some of these kids nowadays, I'm like, you guys don't know how lucky you are and to have the gear priced it is nowadays. I was like, if you had $300, what was it? Maybe 20 years ago, you were lucky to get anything. Now they have $200 guitars that sound and play like $1,000 guitars used to, or $1,500 guitars. It's ridiculous. Exactly. That was that was always a huge complaint that I had when I was younger and playing. I was like, because I used to play like I don't know if you guys remember the model, the Ibanez 220B. Everyone hated that model. I loved it. It sounded good. The trem worked. Uh, the pickups had that raw sound that I really liked. So I dug it. I definitely want to recommend to any of you that are wanting to do your own. Ah, oh, those are cool though. Mustang amps and boogie up. Yeah, that was those were the days too of the fucking what was it? The pay to play. I hated those days. I couldn't stand that. So wait, I have to pay you to play, and you're making money off the bar. A couple of bands are, we refused that. We just played backyard parties. We made more money off those than playing in clubs. And then some of the times, you know, even being out here, and then being out in Arizona when it's hot and you do kegger parties, you end up making more money. Yeah, that Mustang, that I was looking at that at one point, and then when I went to go buy it, it was they sold out of them. And I like digital modulars. When I got first into Line 6 back in 03, 04, that's when everyone was talking crap about digital modeling and all that. I loved it because I wasn't tap dancing for the pedals. Now I've kind of gone back to the old school, but when I do recording, it's all digital modeling. When I play, just wanting to play on my own, I turn on the amp. Yeah, you guys had it different than we did out here. And we had more people show up at the parties than we did at the clubs. Some bands did well, some bands didn't. But the club, another thing, there's hardly any places to play out here. I mean, now they're popping up more stuff and whatnot now, but the scene's gone to hell. You know, there really wasn't much of a scene anyway, but I showed you that one thing, that Donner Pocket X. That thing works for guitars and basses. I actually have it in one of my tracks, and I have it blended between my amps. You can't tell what I'm using. And if you go through Donner, the one I showed you, here, hold on real quick. Where the hell did I put it? Oh. This right here, if you go on eBay and you text them, or not text, I'm sorry, direct message them, send them a screenshot of me or just of my channel and say, hey, Michael Twitch, this channel, he recommended me using this. And you talk to them, they should be giving you a discount. Say, hey, Michael say you guys will work with me on the price. Yeah. This brand new is only like 65, 70 bucks. And it has 99 user preset saves. All kinds of different, I think it's 16 amps, different cabs, and they have bass amps in it. And then all kinds of effects. I've only used like 4 channels, but it sounds realistic. It even has Bluetooth capabilities. And then, you know, like here's your volume. Let me try it. And then how you switch between. Yeah, I'm just telling you guys, I play for him. So all you got to do is say Michael from his channel. If you want, I can hold this up. You guys can take a screenshot. And they should be able to give maybe 5-10% discount, but at least I'm pushing the product. It has Mesa, Marshall, the Fender Twins. Awesome. You should talk to Vivi, V-I-V-I. Say, hey, Vivi or Stella. They're both those gals are awesome. Those are my representatives. You just say Michael, Twy7ch, and with the dot, that's how they know me. And then the channel, Twitch Tech Shop. Eric, you would dig the hell out of this. Because, you know, like I said, you could do Bluetooth. You could charge. This thing holds a charge. I haven't charged it in like 2 weeks, and look at this. Hold on. Look at the battery life on it. See if I can get a little bit ways from it. Almost full battery. And the sound, like I've used this. These are only like $12. You would think these were $100 speakers for this. And then it has, you know, like your regular headphone jack. There's sometimes I use cheap speakers, put it on there. And that's how I actually test out how well a signal will produce the 8-string. 7 strings, it works great. I mean, I'm in drop E on my Agile, if that tells you much. So, and this is how I test out gear. If this can handle it, anything can handle it. It's off of eBay. You have to go on eBay. Because that's how you talk to the reps. And it's called the Pocket X Multi. If you want, I can send you a link through eBay. All right. Well, I'll send that to you now because I'm actually going to get off here. I need to eat something. But I'm glad I was able to help you guys out on some stuff. I'm going to get on tomorrow because I'm just finally over the sickness and whatnot. But I'll send you the link, Eric, in like a couple minutes and whatnot. And I appreciate the follow. It's been cool. We actually got to hang out, fellow guitar players. But I'll catch you guys later. I appreciate you stopping by and giving us a try. Peace out.